back at the site I was at yesterday. Hopefully pick some different bottles up. I noticed yesterday as I left, the gentleman in question looks like he has been here. It looks so cute. These little perfect holes where he's just pulled the bottle out, or the jar out of the dirt. I'm wearing these because one, it's not early, but I haven't put any makeup on, so I ain't letting you see me this morning, and it is sunny, blue skies. Cannot believe it. We have got blue skies. Yay. Anyway, I'll catch you in there. I found a few already. It's really muddy, so I can't really film much. I really cannot. Now I think somebody's been in this one. I just met the gentleman I saw yesterday on the foreshore. So obviously he's discarding things he doesn't want, so I'll have a look amongst this lot. And as it's so muddy, I might have to film after every so often because everything's just getting caked up. I don't want my phone getting dirty. Now, can you see? That's a big one, isn't it? And there's a oh, it's one of those narrow ones, isn't it? You see, it's a narrow one that I got yesterday. It's nice though. This is interesting. Oh. Something metal, some sorts. That's a nice jar. Oh, do you know what that could be? Maybe a sweetie jar from years ago. It's got a screw lid on, I think. Yes, it's a screw lid. I mean, jars in the 70s, from what I remember, were taller, but anyway, that's a nice one, isn't it? I'll keep going. And I just saw that through the dirt. I've not gone digging to find it. It was just, I just saw the bottom of it. See some more poking through. I'll have a look. Is this one intact? Let's have a look. It is. I like these cute little ones. Doesn't have any writing on. No, they don't. Put it in me Trashy-Treasure bucket. Oh wow! I've just turned around. Don't know what this is. What's that? Just found something. I don't know if it's metal. See what this is? Do you think that's a gent's shoe? I reckon it is. I can just use my little. I was speaking to Andrew last night about this, about what I've been finding, and he's as stumped as I am. And the gentleman I was talking to yesterday, and I've just seen him this morning, he says he was looking into it as well. That is a gent's shoe. Look at the size of that. Oh, that's a shame, that one's. Oh, I thought that were broken. It's not. It's a little stumpy bottle. Well, these, I think these are for ink, are they? It's cute anyway, I like it. So yeah, look at that. Wow. That would have been here if it weren't for the excavators digging these trenches. This would have never been unearthed. That's quite hard, that on the bottom there. I wonder if today's shoes would stand the test of time like this. or they just rot. Wow. It's got a star on the bottom. Wow, look at that, you can still see the stitching holes. I'm not going to take this away, I'm going to leave it. But that's amazing. It's funny, I always find one, not a pair. I've just unearthed 3 cute little ones. I can't see anything on this. Can't feel anything on it neither. I'll just pop that in my bucket. And then I found another. This is an unusual shape because it's got this like extra lip on there. And then this one, I think this says something. It's funny how different angles, obviously cleaning the dirt off helps. Something fig syrup. It's nice, isn't it? Looks intact as well. I got one of these yesterday and they said something else written on it. Anyway, I ain't gone very far. I'll show you where I've got to, just a little ways on here. Found this cute little, this is what I mean by, you know, it's history, it's somebody's past, which I like going, me and Andrew like go to Antiques Place. This is pretty, isn't it? Look at that. It's broken as well. That would have been on somebody's. Is it actually a light fitting? No, it's not a light fitting. Sorry, it's not a light fitting. Maybe a bowl of some sort. Oh, it's got a rusty thing in the middle. It's pretty anyway. So yeah, another bone there. And as I spoke to Andrew about these with bones, he was saying, you know, people had lamb and stuff like that and then they would have just dumped it. It seems the longest bone. Wow. Another one of those. These seem to be popular whenever this was filled in. Pop it on the side because I do see dog walkers and dogs have been known to jump in here. I saw this yesterday in this broken glass. I know you can't help that, but if I can move it to the side I will do. Is this a full one? Let's have a look. No, it's broken here at the side, so I will put this to the side so the sharp bit, turn it back round and push it back in. Amazing what you find. Can you see this one? This is an arm. Here, it's obviously in the tree. Is that a tree bit? I don't know. Yeah, that's hard. So there's one arm. Oh, yeah, they stood on you. Put that there. And this is the face, kind of. You see, there's the lips and the ear. It's got squished, obviously being under here. So I think this is one of them. You know the old, like, wah, kind of them. I think that if it's heavy as that, that's the box that went with it. Another bone. And then somebody's put cute Marmite jars. Don't know what that is. That's not a Marmite, I don't think. Anyway, that's interesting finding that dolly. Can't see any other parts of it, like the other arm, I mean. It's under, no, maybe it's come from in there. You can see the layers where it's been filled in, because it seems, is that a modern bottle? There's no writing on it. see the layers, and then where things have corroded, all the rust colour all the way along. It's like a bottle graveyard. It's just lying there with the bottles. No, it doesn't feel like a shoe. I think it's an ornament. It's quite heavy, is that? I wonder what it's made of. It's quite heavy. Something interesting, isn't it? I'll take that with me. There's another bone. There's a bottle there, can you see it? There's this one here. It's got no writing on it. I presume that would be a beer bottle, maybe. This one's got no writing on too. What's this one? Now this is a square, one of those square ones. These have different Selby. Usually there's something on the other side. Because my hands are so grubby. What's that say? Fletcher? There's a little buggy in there. Don't take that on. Yeah, I like that one. There's a cute one there as well. There's a lot of perfume bottles in here, I noticed. I'm going to have to go back to the car, aren't I, and offload. And then come back in. At least this is a lot nicer once they're washed. I've washed a few at home. Is this the one intact? Let's have a look, because I found a few perfume ones and they weren't intact. Oh, wow, it's got the stopper on. Nice. That's a pretty, I like that shape. Yeah, I'm going to have to offload this and come back. My feet weigh a ton. How can my feet? Weren't this bad? It's because we've had rain again. What's under here? Let's have a look. It's a shame these shards of glass. Look, I know they can't just individually pick them up. Oh, this is a pretty one. This one's been out all night because it's quite dry. That's a nice one, isn't it? Do you reckon that's a perfume bottle? I do. And obviously, depending how old they are, they would have had a stopper, and that will have rotten. This has been underground all this time. Again, I don't know how long, because I've tried looking. I'm going to have to really, really delve deep to find the history, why all this is here. I know when you do have landfills, they generally don't build on top, they put a park on top. But it's nice. But there's a lot of glassware, that's what I don't understand. But then years ago, you used glassware, you didn't have plastic. So that's why I'm not surprised neither. Just walking back to the site, and I just came across these cute mushrooms. Or toadstools. I forgot all about my treasure. I just expected a bottle cap or a pulley. It's like I've got a little bit of treasure just under the surface. £2. Nice. Treasure all the same. It's just by the pile of dirt where whoever's made these trenches, and I thought, well, I'll just do a bit of detecting instead of just stuck in the mud. After finding my little treasure in there, just walking along and found another treasure. Now that's a silvery one, so that'll be the, is it the Tempe in the UK? It's been here a while, so it's probably been thrown up by the, you know, the dirt. Anyway, 2 treasures, and I see a bottle there, and it's not square or round, so I will unearth it and see what it is. nice shape. I think I've got one of these ones. I'll leave that for somebody else. Nice shape. I haven't filmed for a while because I'm enjoying the moment of just metal detecting and coming across. Now you see that square bottom of a bottle? It was in that hole there, facing me. And I found these really strange... Oh, I've not put my glove on. Never mind. It's heavy as heck. Now, I'm going to have to do definitely some... No idea what this is. This is really heavy. This is strange. And there were these two. One's broken, the top's missing. The like a middle's missing. But it was in that glass. Inside there, facing me. Also, I'm not going to take the glass because it's broken. Yeah, strange. And I found that like knife, sword looking object as well, metal detecting. Strange finds. I've just dug up a funny... Let me just show you. Just dug up some metal. I've kind of stopped doing the glass for now. I'm back where I was. I was here yesterday. So I just came up the banking and found that bit of metal. Trashy-Treasure, and this green looking fork. Green. Does that mean it's silver? I don't know. Anyway, what a find. And it was actually just a little ways down there because I don't want to go in here anymore. My boots are made for walking in mud. I'll just double check it's clear because it was here. I found that little circle-y thing. Yep. I'm not finding much metal. I thought I'd find a bit more, but anyway, I'm not going over there because that's compacted. Ugh. I'll just walk back to the car and see if I find anything else. It's 5th of December today. It's about 2 weeks since I collected a few bottles. I haven't stopped metal detecting. It's just, if you've watched part 2, I've ended up going in local park in some trenches. A gentleman told me about these bottles. He collects bottles. I don't do that. I don't generally collect bottles. So most of these will go into recycling. So most of these are just generic. There's not much wording on them. It's taking me forever to find out where some of these bottles are from because the labels are off, as I'm going to show you in a minute. I found one tiny little bottle. The label, I kept it because obviously, as you've seen in my previous video, they're in mud, they're in dirt. So what I found, I've ended up scrubbing most of the dirt off in the actual area, then coming home and washing them. Because I'm not selling them, they're not perfectly clean, and I'm not interested in perfectly clean. As long as most of the muck's out, the dirt, I'm not bothered. There's a variety from ketchup to perfume bottles. I found some lids, a couple of bottles with stoppers, one with a cork stopper. Yeah, and I found a few metal bits. I'm going to go show you that in a minute. It's in the greenhouse, but I don't know what it is. A gentleman might be able to tell me this. I don't know. Detector found it. There's not much metal or treasure in there. There's a bit of Trashy-Treasure. I will be going back. I have got another video to upload, doing my usual stuff. So I won't be doing... There's one more after this, another bottle one, but I'll leave that for a while. Unless you don't mind. It will be uploaded at some point because I find it interesting. It's history. I'm still trying to find out the history of this park and why there's all this stuff in there, and especially this glassware. It's just like somebody's emptied houses and just dumped it in, filled it, and then left it. And it's because the digger's gone along to do some planting. It's unearthed it all. Anyway, I'll show you the bottles. There's a couple. Here you are. A collection of Harlstar is at the back. I've not filmed all of these because of the mud. I use my phone. Yeah, so I don't want to get it dirty. So I didn't film a lot of this. But most of this, I pulled out on the same morning, which I think was 2 weeks tomorrow, Tuesday it was. I did film the large jar at the back. Now and again through the video you'll see me putting things in the bucket, and you may see certain items. If we start at the big things at the back, I've looked this up. Yorkshire, this is ginger beer. This big one is Wetherby, also Hazel and Retford. This is mineral water, it says Oxley on it, still got the original stopper on it with the names embossed. This is a Kiora, you know, Kiora orange you get now in plastic. I don't know if you can get it in glass because I don't buy it, but it says Kiora on the bottom. Now the ages of these, I'm not 100% certain, but definitely before 60s, I would say, these bottles. So I don't know the genuine age of these things. This one, what did I say this was? I did do some notes. This is called Merle and Teesdale. It's on the bottom. Merle and Teesdale. Merle, I think it's limited. Yeah, limited. Can't remember what that was. Some things I'm really struggling to find. These two are milk bottles. This is called Riley's Dairies. I might see if they've got a history in their old factory or something. This says on the bottle, it's good and embossed, limited. So it's Riley's Dairies Limited, cream line milk, Hull and Bridlington. What's on the back? Oh yeah, return. Rinse and return. Sure you did. This one, this reminds me of Sterry milk when I was a kid in the 70s. I think this goes back beyond 70s. Can you see there? That's kind of... This didn't come with it, but I would reckon that would go on like that with a metal into there. So I don't know what era that was. That's just a stopper I found. And this is another milk one. Ride Avenue. Don't know where that is. This broken one, I'm not sure. I think this big one here is a pop bottle. Doesn't have any. No. You can see where the label was. But that's where the big label telling you what it was would have been. It's a screw lid. So it could have been 60s, I suppose. This is, I can tell, ketchup. It says it on the bottom, look. H.J. Heinz and the numbers. I found out that numbers on the bottom can mean the factory, the lot, you know, when they made them, etc. Some have on the bottom, some do not. And this is a HP one. Can you see? But this is not cartons. Oh, sorry, Gartons. Now I'm from south of Yorkshire, so I don't say gar, I say gar. Garton's HP sauce. Not that matters if you're watching around the world, but I'm a Yorkshire lass. When I was a child, there was a eye ointment, and that had a blue bottle. There isn't anything on the bottom of that, so I have no idea. I just saw the blue and went for it. 6, I presume, I'm not sure about this one, ink bottles. These two are more greeny looking, so I don't know how old these things are. They don't come with a date stamp. But I do like these. I might keep these ones. Really unusual. And also, where is it? That's the stopper in there. That's not dirt, that's the stopper. That's the same as my little pot I showed you last week. These things, there's a lot of these. This one has got Alex Parsons on it. Now I did my homework, well, what I could find. Alex Parsons was a pharmaceutical business based in Oldham, Chatterton, in Lancashire. This is UK. First half of the 20th century. These particular bottles had held iodine and were widely used as an anaesthetic until the 1960s. So there you go. That's why I think these bottles are pre-60s, because of certain things I can find on the internet, Google, or somebody else say on it to say they're selling something similar. They've done a little bit of homework. So that's where I'm getting my information from. As I said on the previous video, I'm just reading off the internet. Some of these on here are pretty rank. They've had water on them. And I did learn the thicker, let me just find one. You know the seam on the bottle? Down there, there's a seam right down, goes on the corner. The wider the seam, the older it is. The finer it, they must have refined the bottles. So the finer it is down the seam on a bottle, the newer it is. So that's quite wide, that one. Now, I have filmed the last time California's fig syrup on that one. I found quite a few of those. What I was surprised is these two here. This one says Silver Crin. Now, I remember Silver Crin in the 70s with my nan. She had things like that. This one is a Brill Cream. See if we can just get it on. It just says it there in little arc. Brill Cream. I remember Brill Cream again in the 70s, but my dad had it, it was in a pot. Maybe about that diameter, a pot like that. It was red and white. I think that's their signature colours. And you like a bit like my son's clay puts on his hair now, but it was a bit runnier, and then you put it on your hair and it was really slick looking. Looks greasy actually. Most of these I have absolutely no idea. They don't have wording on, but I think they're cute. Some have markings on the bottom. Now, let me get it. This one, Dettol, and it's got the, you don't get that today, do you? Teaspoon on one side, and I think tablespoon there. Now, when I took the lid off, the sealant was still on. So whether that was a fresh bottle and over time it evaporates, but I'm not going to break the seal. I've just washed the outside of it. This one, now, I don't know about the rest of the world, but we have, in the UK, we have a shop called Boots. There it is, there's the lid. I presume by that pink, I've washed a little bit off. You know, because I'm not a bottle expert, so I've just gone and scrubbed, and then I saw it and I'm like, oops. Unless I do some homework, I don't know what this was, but I bet it was, with the decor of it, it was a lady's product of some sort, I reckon. This one, again, pretty bottle, that's why I picked it up. Screw cap. I didn't realise screw caps were invented, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, late 1800s, but it wasn't widely used, I don't think. So I don't think it's that old, but there's no, like I said, these things don't come with date stamps on. I thought this were amazing. I love this one. It's got a cork. I'm not pulling it off. Don't know what's in it, but it says, do not, or not to be taken. Let me get this right. Oh yes, not to be taken, poisonous. I thought that's what that was before I even had an idea. Again, similar thing to your HP, but I did write this down. Let me see, got my little notes here, look. This one is Thomas Symington and Co Limited. And then on the other side, it says Edinburgh, which is unusual. That was for coffee and chicory. That is 1920s to 40. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I'm reading off Google. What else? These are Fletcher's, like last time, saucers. So maybe it was a competition with Heinz, I don't know. But that was from last week. I showed this one on. And I'm going to keep that, that's nice. I found quite a lot of these. It says Selby on there too. This, I think, It's part of a set, but I just accidentally came across this. It may be a salt or pepper container. These remind me as a child, but they were more white. There was white, not glass see-through. You know, crab paste and things like that. Or that could be actually a jam. You know, the old jam, Robinson's jam and things. I don't know. You know, if you know, let me know in the comments. I think I just laid these down so I didn't knock them off. And then I like these kind of shapes. I found this little knob just lying there, off a drawer by the look of it or something. Found that stopper, just missing its metal piece. Now coming on to, I like that, I just liked it so I picked it up and washed it. Coming on to these two lids, now I don't know what this is. I'll come to those in a minute. Andrew picked this up last night and had a look at it. There's nothing on it. It's kind of pot. No idea, just saw it lying there. Two pots, just the lids. There was nothing around them. Like I say, the digger's just gone along and excavated. That says panyan. That's pickles, I think. I found this, didn't think this would be intact. I like this, I'm going to keep this one. It's got an unusual marking on the bottom. I have put that in the Google and I cannot find it for love nor money. So I've no idea. But my favourite thing are these tiny ones and this little cup. This was full of dirt and just lying there. And I think that's cute. I have a tea set in my loft that I had as a child. So maybe that's what that is. Some little bottles. I think this is a perfume, the way the top is. Again, there's no names on these things. There's no embossing on because they would have had labels on. But I love these. This one is my favourite. This has got a number on the bottom. 6419. I've tried looking into it. I didn't do it a long time, but I love that one. And this one, I cannot find this. I just picked this up, and as I've said in my previous videos, I'm blind without my glasses on. So I just pick things up, feels right, looks nice, put it in my bucket. And I didn't realise, I saw this tulip, and I presume there would have been a label there. I turn it over, and there's 3 tulips. Nothing on the bottom. I cannot find this. I presume it was perfume or scent. But yeah, if anybody knows, maybe it's from your country, but I've put in all sorts of wording and nothing's coming up. But I love that one. And then this one, now I cannot pronounce, the label just popped off yesterday when I collected these from outside to wash last night. Let me put that down on there. Can you see? I've looked that up, and it's that. I don't know how you pronounce that top one. Grossmith, London. It's a perfume, and that's what it come off. Again, there's a few numbers there. So what does that say? 1870, and there's 2 numbers underneath. But yeah, I've looked on Google and I can't find a bottle that looks like that. But I'm impressed with that. I love these ones, these 3, and my little cup. I do like those. So if anybody, oh, this. V-018, if that's how you say it. It was, I wrote it down here, there was an advert in 1920s. The only true bodybuilder, and it was for children. That was one advert. The other advert says, her thoughtful mother has put her on, and the word, that rubber line. It was like bone marrow, lemon juice. It was like a vitamin supplement, I believe. So there you go. Oh, my metal in the garage, the greenhouse. I'll go and show you that. So here I am in the greenhouse. Found a fork. I kept finding these. I think these are battery packs. These multiples. So there's 3 or 4 deep, and then it's quite so they're like that, and it's quite long. There's a lot of them together, so I presume that's what these are. This contraption is a 1930s car battery. I pulled that out. I did film that, and I couldn't work out what that and that was. And then I found this later on, and the car batteries, I believe. I found a shoe thing. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to go bashing it. Don't know if it's part from a car, because there's all sorts in that ground, all sorts. My usual bottle caps. My video won't be out, will be without them. I found this little coggy thing. Old battery. I think I filmed that last week, a little lid. And I don't know what this is. Might have found that from somewhere else. So yeah, that's a bit of my trashy treasure. When I found this pot. If I showed it last time and you've watched that again, sorry about that. I just found this in. I thought there was a screw. There's something in there. I need to fish it out. But there's no marks on it. I just saw the bit of white, so I thought, well, I'll take it home and just give it a wash, see what it is. It was obviously a vase. Shame it's broken. Like I said, the digger just dug out. So that's my trashy treasure. As you can hear, it's raining again. At the minute, I will not be taking the detector out. It's a replica of a lady's shoe. It's got good details on it. You see the lines. I've used a soft brush to get most of the dirt off. There's lines there. Cannot find a mark on it. Can't find a signature of any sorts. Andrew's just come home for lunch. We come to the conclusion that this is a shop display item, and we've come to the conclusion that that's what this is. It's a shop item. It's a shop window display shoe. It's quite heavy for a small item, and as you see from the video, it was just lying there in the mud. I thought it was a proper shoe until I picked it up, cleaned it out inside. I'm not going to clean it anymore. Now that's one of my trashy treasures that I'm going to keep. That's it for today. What a haul. Bye for now.